from St. Louis are in town against the first place San Diego Padres. And in fact, as we welcome you aboard, along with Mark Grant, Dick Henberg, these are two first place teams, almost identical records. The Padres have lost one less game with 26 wins. That's the best record of any National League team, and the Cardinals are in first place in the National League Central. But when you look at the past performances of these two teams, as you well know, San Diego's had to really scratch to win a game every year.
It's been slim pickings for the San Diego Padres. And one thing is for sure, I think in this series, we're going to see a pitcher's duel because pitching-wise, both teams seem to be pretty identical when it comes to the numbers. We'll get into that as the game goes on.
So it's important that the team that takes the lead able to maintain that and hold it for the pitching. And when you look down the San Diego lineup, you get to that number 2 spot, number 22, a former Cardinal, David Eckstein.
He is the prototypical, he is the epitome of a guy hitting number 2. The one thing we mentioned earlier during the road trip, he has the knack, Dick, of hitting the ball where it's pitched. And that's exactly what you need with a guy in the number 2 spot. The leadoff guy gets on, he moves him over or gets him in. He just does a great job at that.
And here's evidence of his success here in the month of May.
David Eckstein raised his batting average from 280 to 310 over the last 7 games. On base percentage the last 7 games at 472. He's done it in the past. He just continues to impress. And against his former Redbird team, hopefully he can improve those numbers we talked about because the Padres in the past have not done well against this team. Hopefully David Eckstein can have a say in that.
And he can set the table for Adrian Gonzalez, who again was voted the National League Player of the Week. So the Padres ready to defend their position atop the National League West, and they'll have to beat one of the best right-handers in baseball, Adam Wainwright. Look at those numbers, 6-2 with a solid ERA. John Garland's 5 wins have come in a row after an 0-2 start. Garland, 5 straight wins. And that's our pitching matchup, brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Ball pitcher, he said, I'd rather not have strikeouts. If they're hitting ground balls, I don't have to throw as many deliveries. He's ready to go, and so are we. It's stair-step waterfall as fans arrive here for this first game of the 9-game homestand. Battle of first place, the Cardinals and the Padres. And some pitchers throw heat Well, Corky's throws heat at termites. Find out about Corky's totally green heat treatment today. Corky's. Beautiful night. Cool during the day. Bright sunshine. Padres in their home whites ready to take the field with the best record in the National League at 26-18. Just a half game better than their opponents tonight, the Cardinals. St. Louis in its 119th season of Major League Baseball. Good to have the Birds in town.
You know, one thing that's worth looking at is the home record of the Padres, 12-9, but on the road, 14-9. The Redbirds are 11-11 on the road.
Our starting pitcher profile is brought to you by the Mark Condos, luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to the marksandiego.com. Yeah, the big right-hander at 6'6" and 210 pounds, John Garland from the San Fernando Valley, and there are his numbers on the season, 5-2 with an excellent ERA of 2.38. The bad news is against the Cardinals' lifetime, he is 0-3 with a 7.86 ERA. I'm hoping to turn that around tonight. His record at Petco, 2-0 with a 1.08 ERA. So the home cooking perhaps is the answer tonight.
And the big thing for John Garland is to just stay in the game. Even though he got a win last time out, 5 innings, 9 hits, and 4 runs, still walked away with the W, which is a good thing.
And here is the St. Louis Cardinal lineup. Tony La Russo's list of hitters brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Felipe Lopez with Ryan Ludwig, Albert Pujols, and Matt Holliday. A tough 1-2 punches there is in baseball. Middle of the lineup, Colby Rasmussen center. David Freese, a former Padre farmhand, at third. Yadier Molina behind the plate. Watch out for him. He has a terrific rate of throwing out runners trying to steal. Second baseman is Skip Schumacher, and Adam Wainwright isn't just somebody occupying the 9th place in the order. He can hit. He has 5 home runs in his career. Set to go. First of 3. And Garland's first pitch is in for a strike, called by Mark Wegner. Lopez batting .261. Last year with Arizona and Milwaukee, a .325 average. 30 years of age, a switch hitter. Statistically, his better side is right-handed. He's hitting .244 left-handed this year. One and two as he tries to nibble the corner. Garland going tonight. Kevin Correa tomorrow night. Fastball 91 just outside.
Well, big key for John Garland this evening is to keep the ball in the ballpark. We mentioned it before. Pitcher's ballpark here in San Diego. It worked for some grounders. The St. Louis team is ranked 8th when it comes to home runs. You know, you've got the boppers like Albert Pujols, Matt Holliday. Rasmus can run into one once in a while. Ludwig.
Line, right off the body of Garland and into center field. That one was stroked with some vicious intent. And Garland fortunate that he's still standing. He may have gotten a piece of it with his glove. Sharp single to lead off the ball game from Felipe Lopez.
Well, the reaction of John Garland after we see this ball, it looks like he got it off the left thigh or the left just above the knee. His reaction was like, oh my gosh, how did I not catch that ball?
Lucky that didn't hit him in the kneecap.
You're right. Hopefully he's okay.
Up on the fleshy part of the thigh, not showing any indication, but that had to hurt. Ball one to Ryan Ludwig, the right fielder, former Rebel at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Checks in at 283. Cardinals trying to stir up some offense here in the opening frame. with Albert Pujols next and Matt Holliday down in the hole. Menacing number 5 on deck.
And this is why hitters at the top of the order for Tony La Russa's Cardinals, like Lopez, Ludwig, will get a lot of pitches to see and possibly hit, because pitchers want to face Pujols with the bases empty. They don't want to get off to a 3-0 deficit in the first inning.
Just outside, and thus far Mark Wigner has been a little tough on the strike zone. Tight strike zone.
Well, it looked like that ball, honestly, after watching that pitch, looked like it was off the plate a little bit as it goes 3-0.
Tony La Russa, 65 years young, in his 15th season managing the Cards. Looks at a strike, 3-1. La Russa with almost 2,600 wins. Passed his bar exam, went to the Florida State School of Law, graduated there in 1978. Won the World Series championship with the Cardinals in 2006 and with the Oakland A's in '89. Big pitch coming up here, 3-1. Ball driven to right field. Venable into the gap to make the catch. Well stroked for the first out. And here comes Pujols, and here's the Padres defensive lineup, brought to you by Tiger Turf. Tiger up your lawn with Tiger Turf, the world's best-selling synthetic turf. Visit mytigerturf.com today. Headley Hairston as Everett Cabrera, late scratch today. Eckstein and Gonzalez on the right side. DeNorfia, Gwynn, and Venable left to right in the outfield. Garland and Torrealba the battery. Here's Pujols.
He's a showstopper, isn't he?
He takes a strike, and he went through a weekend against the Angels, 3 games, that left him hitless, 0 for 10. That's happened 8 times in his entire career. He's been hitless in a series of 3 games or more. I guess that would calculate as a slump for him. The bad news is the other 7 times, 5 times he hit a homer in the next game.
Well, that's the thing about Albert Pujols. He can turn it around, and he can turn it around quickly. We all know his numbers. He hits for average. We know his power numbers. He hits home runs. He drives in runs. And there's Mark McGwire, the new hitting coach for the Redbirds this year.
Infield looking for 2. A modest shift is on. Eckstein very close to the bag at second. Strike 2. Slider. Matt Holliday combined 24 home runs a year ago. Signed a long-term deal with St. Louis.
This is where the Padre pitching staff collectively is really going to have to hit their spots and stay on course like they've done the rest of the whole year. Pujols hitting 303, Holliday on deck 294. So you can't make a lot of mistakes, those 2 guys.
1-2 on Prince Albert. Line drive up the middle, hit the rubber, I believe. Hairston can't get down in time to get the force at second. And did that hit him in the ankle? My goodness, they're taking batting practice on Garland's body. Like he has a bullseye on that Padre uniform. He's taken one in the leg and now in the ankle on bullets back through the middle. And the frightening aspect of all of that, it takes you back to the incident when Chris Young delivered the ball and Pujols drove it right back into his mug.
Well, we know that Albert Pujols has got power to all fields, and John Garland, first pitch, that was the only pitch that he really had a chance. And you know, it was a slider. That was a slider that hit Garland. Remember, it was a slider, and Albert really didn't hit it all that well as it hits the outside of the right ankle of John Garland.
The hockey goalie stopped trying to get in the way of that and deflected it, but hit well enough that it carried so high in the air that Hairston couldn't grab it and get to the bag in time for the fourth. So much for the 3-game slump, 0 for 10. Right. But in a way, kept him in the infield. That's a moral victory.
Well, the amazing thing about Pujols, he doesn't even have to use his best swing, but if he squares it up, he's so strong the ball just jumps off his bat.
That brings up Matt Holliday, the left fielder, just under 300 his average, with 5 home runs. 1 out, 2 birds aboard. Did not go around.
Dan Iasonia, the first base umpire, giving the call on that one.
In the twilight of this Tuesday night in San Diego, lights not taking their full effect as yet. Falls behind Holliday 2-0.
Well, I'm curious to find out. I mean, John Garland got smoked on the right quad. He got smoked on the right ankle. Other than that, he's fine. I'm just wondering how he's feeling right now, because after a while that starts to swell up a little bit and you can feel the pain.
Human dartboard. Well, he falls behind 3-0 to Holliday. Treading dangerous waters now. A power hitter up with a 3-0 count. Aaron Bowlesley and Bud Black. Hoping somehow Garland can work his way out of this, as he did against the Dodgers. This one outside, and the bases are loaded. A couple of shots back through the middle that clipped John Garland, and then a 4-pitch walk to Holliday loads him up for the St. Louis Cardinals. And here's Colby Rasmus, the center fielder, 23-year-old youngster from Alabama.
Well, you talk about guys that get plenty of RBI opportunities, and it's because of guys like Ludwig, Pujols, and Holliday. Rasmus just must be salivating right now with the bases full of Cardinals.
Strike one. And he's also pleased to be out of St. Louis, where he's hitting 179 this year. On the road, 365.
He likes room service, it sounds like.
Yeah,
room service double play would be nice here.
1-1. We mentioned the Cardinals have been rough on the Padres. 6-1 last year, 6-1 the year before. The 2 wins for the Padres came here at Petco, but 2 wins in 14 games against St. Louis for the Padres. Hmm. 1-2.
Oh, Rasmus is a guy who likes to pull the baseball. If he gets a fastball in the inner part of the plate, he'll try to hook it down that line. You can see John Garland trying to go inside. So if he puts it in play, chances are it's probably going to be foul. And it looks like to me that Will Venable is kind of over towards the line just a little bit in right field.
He is. A gap in right center. Off speed, and the changeup had young Rasmus out on that front foot, but able to spoil it. He's leading the Cardinals in runs scored, but he's also leading in striking out 46 times this year. And Garland looking for a pitch that might accomplish just that. 1-2, bases loaded, swung on and missed, strike 3. Fastball gets Rasmus for the second out.
You talk about going on the inner part of the plate and tying him up. Rasmus cannot get those hands through, cannot get the barrel of the bat. That's a great look right on the inside corner, and a huge strikeout for John Garland.
Brings up David Freese. News is not good there for Garland and the Padres. He leads the National League with 2 outs and scoring runners in scoring position. He has knocked in 17 this year. No one's done better than that. As we said, a former property of the Padres, traded 2 years ago for Jim Edmonds. Didn't work out with Edmonds. Certainly did Freese with the Cardinals. He's their leading hitter, 315. In the Padre organization, he was stuck behind as a third baseman, Chase Headley. And of course, Kevin Kuzminoff was with the big club, so he was their third baseman. Swing and a miss, and he goes for 4 on 1.
How about that swing? My goodness.
Heart of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Garland trying to come up with one more piece of pitching magic and get out of this troublesome first inning.
Looks like
I have an eagle to take that pitch.
Yeah. And you know what? The first pitch of the at-bat looked like it was the exact same pitch, off the plate a little bit. John Garland got the call the very first pitch, but he does not get that call.
Pitch track showing that it was just a bit outside.
Boy, 28 pitches so far for John Garland.
2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Oh my. Dangling trouble all over that first inning. John Garland, but able to strike out Rasmus and Freese with a base. Carl's Jr. Get more fruit in your diet with a Hawaiian teriyaki chicken sandwich. Adam Wainwright, 28-year-old right-hander. Big guy, 6'7". And his first pitch is a fastball down the middle, swung through by Will Venable. .214 batting average against Wainwright, one of the tops in the league. Converted. He was a relief pitcher. Remember the 2006 World Series. In fact, David Eckstein asked him, playing with the Cardinals for the World Series championship, what did he remember? Ground ball pulled to the right side. Second baseman Schumacher takes care of business. 1 away. And the starting pitcher profile was brought to you by the all-new Cadillac SRX, the Cadillac of crossovers. And David said, well, Wainwright, we've had a tremendous World Series. You'll remember had 4 saves against the Tigers for the 4 wins, 9 2/3 innings, no runs, and 15 strikeouts. Struck out Brandon Inge to end the series, and the Cardinals We're into the big celebration. And converted to a starting pitcher, and obviously very comfortable in that role.
He has got some nasty stuff. And when you combine Adam Wainwright with Chris Carpenter, 1-2 in the rotation.
Bounce to short. Lopez across to Pujols. 2 ground ball outs. Adrian Gonzalez comes up, and here's the Padres lineup, brought to you by Alpine Rock and Block. Start your next backyard project with Alpine Rock and Block. We've seen Venable in next time. Gonzalez settling in. Headley hits cleanup. Torrey Alba batting 5th. Jerry Hairston at short. Chris DeNorfia opens in left field batting 7th. Tony Gwynn in center. John Garland in the 9th spot. Gonzalez, National League Player of the Week, hitting .284. Has raised his average in just a little over a week from .250 up to .284. Solid on base percentage over .400. Pops this one in the air off third, and it'll be out of play.
Well, it looked like Wainwright kind of slowed up his arm action in that last pitch. I'm guessing that it was a changeup. And what makes Wainwright such a good pitcher? Well, as we take a look at this last pitch, kind of slowed it up a little bit. It hung up there. Throws a fastball, a curve, a slider, and a change. Above average stuff for the right-hander.
There's the slow curveball. 2-1. Dave Duncan, the longtime pitching coach, swing and a miss at a fastball.
See the run on that pitch? That ball running down and away from Adrian. Watch the run action on this pitch away.
Swing and a miss at a curveball, strike 3. And Wainwright, a strikeout pitcher, has his first of the night as the Padres go in order. Down at the Coronado Islands, Coronado Bridge. Was that a beautiful sight?
Oh. As you say, somebody's got to live here, right?
Right. 7:30 in the evening. Great to be home. Bottom third of the order: Yadier Molina, Skip Schumacher, and Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals. Molina, a .264 hitter. Lots of RBIs there. 26, second on the club. The Molina 3. 3 catchers, all in the big leagues. All with a World Series ring.
It's quite a story, isn't it? Kind of reminds you of the days when the Alous, Jesus, Manny, and Felipe.
Chopped to third, foul ball.
I meant Matty, M-A-T-T-Y. Matty Alou.
Garland, who threw 29 pitches in the first inning, trying to get an easy one going here, but it's 2-2 already to Molina, the National League Gold Glove catcher the last 2 years. That ball skipped like a rock on water through hands and plopped right into a eager fan's hands. Swing and a miss. Molina tied up, and that's 3 strikeouts in a row by Garland. Meanwhile, good news from Wrigley. The Cubs and Dempster shutting out the Dodgers. 3-0.
Well, Ryan Dempster must have had that split-fingered fastball working. 8 solid innings.
Padres with a win tonight can boost their lead to 2 full. This one, the glove gets in the way as they continue to attack Garland. Some human dartboard out there. 1 pitch, 1 out. He'll take it.
Sinker down and away, and that's one of the easier ones. And thank goodness it's right in the glove of John Garland. He's got bruises on his thigh, on his ankle already, and an easy play for John. You know, you get a lot of sinker ballers that throw the ball like John Garland, especially the left-handers down and away. They have no choice but to bring that ball up the middle, and then sliders down and away to righties up the center of the diamond.
Wainwright fouls this one out of play.
It's a pretty good swing.
Brad Penny's on the disabled list, and how about he goes on the disabled list taking a big swing, a grand slam home run, and hurt his back. There's 9 guys that can handle the bat when Wainwright and Penny are in there. 1-2.
5 career home runs for Wainwright. You get that 6'7" frame going, he can hit it a long way.
Well, his last home run was August 14th against Matt Latos, and Latos touched up by Wainwright in St. Louis. He got all of that one. Ground ball toward the hole, base hit. Hanging curveball, and Wainwright able to stay with it and punch it to left. Third St. Louis hit.
Watch him go down and get this one. I mean, that's 6'7", out in the front bent knee, keeping his hands back and almost like speeding up his bat. He just got too much of the strike zone.
To the top of the order, and Lopez, who shot one through the box off the leg of Garland into center field for a base hit to start the game. Two outs. Pitcher Wainwright at first. Hit to left field, slicing shallow and falling for a base hit. But Wainwright, not a great runner, has to stop at second as the ball falls in front of Chris Denorfia. So Lopez is 2 for 2. Little wedge shot down the left field line.
Now this is where John Garland starts getting into really having to be careful, as this sinker is just up. Talk about beating the defense.
Wasn't hit high enough for Denorfia to get over there and make the catch. So 2 on 2 out to Ryan Ludwig. He flied on a line to right fielder Will Venable, his first time up. Solid average with runners in scoring position this year, 394 for Ludwig. That one back into the mezzanine level just below us. 2 strikes as Garland jumps ahead with you-know-who on deck.
There he is. All the concessionaires stop because all the fans want to see him hit, right? That's their like little break of the night when Albert Pujols steps up to the plate.
3-time National League MVP, unanimous last year. He's the best. 2-strike pitch. Slider low and away.
Well, the pitch count, I don't like to talk pitch counts, but when it's in the 2nd inning and you're 4 shy of 50, we take a look at the breakdown. That's what it looks like for John Garland right here in the 2nd inning.
And the count goes to 2-2 as the sinker stayed inside. You can just feel that ball is heavy. Swung on and fouled into the glove of Torrealba. Strike 3, the 4th strikeout for Garland as he digs out of trouble again in the 2nd inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 more left, 5 stranded in 2 innings by St. Louis. And younger, spend your Memorial Day weekend with the Padres this Sunday. 1:05 the game. Padres floppy hats for kids, presented by U.S. Bank. Hurry, get your tickets today at Padres.com. We'll see you on Sunday as the Padres entertain the Washington Nationals. The Nats are up in San Francisco for a 3-game series before heading south. Chase Headley, a .286 average, starts it in the 2nd. Wainwright working a quick 1-2-3 first inning. One and one. Club leader in runs, 25, and hits, 50.
Man,
brought that over the inside corner.
Is that a beautiful pitch? That 2-seamer that just the left-handed hitter gives up on it, and bang! This is Greg Maddux-like.
That's what I was thinking. That is a Maddux-like pitch. Out of play.
And you know the amazing thing about Wainwright is he can locate it in, he can locate it out, he can throw the straight fastball up in the zone to make you chase, and he's got that hammer, that 12-6 curveball.
He was an outstanding high school football player in Brunswick, Georgia. There's the curveball, and doesn't quite catch the strike zone. He was all-state. Get this now. Pick the position. Wainwright. Look at him. What do you think he was all-state in football?
I'm going to say quarterback.
Place kicker.
Wow.
Fouled at the plate, and he was all region as a wide receiver. That figures, but place kicker.
Yeah.
So when he winds and kicks and fires, he's doing it with purpose.
That brings up memories of Darren Erstad with the Angels. He kicked at Nebraska.
That's right. Swing and a miss. A 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's 2 strikeouts for Wainwright. The defense brought to you by Tiger Turf. St. Louis defense, tiger up your lawn with Tiger Turf. Visit mytigerturf.com today. Freeze, Lopez, Schumacher, Pujols around the horn. Holiday in left, Rasmussen center, and Ludwig in right. They don't figure to get a lot of work tonight. A ground ball and strikeout pitcher. Wainwright and Molina, the battery. Torrealba. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Has Wainwright thrown one down the middle yet?
I don't think so. That's the amazing thing about Adam Wainwright. He can locate all of his pitches, just not his two-seam fastball.
This one is chopped off the front foot of Torrealba. Yoravit hitting .286. Oddity in the lineup for Buddy Black tonight that Headley and Torrealba hitting 4th and 5th, each with the same batting average. Catchers have done a good job for manager Black offensively. We know they're both outstanding defensive catchers, but each has started 22 games. 25 RBIs combined, so the catcher position is second only to Gonzalez, the first baseman, in driving and runs.
You know what else helps in that category as far as catchers? Both those guys are willing to accept the role that Bud Black's giving them.
Swing and a miss and another strikeout. That's 3 in a row for Wainwright.
Well, looks like Adam Wainwright left Uncle Charlie on the pass list tonight. That is one of the better curveballs that you will see.
What a contrast in these two starters. John Garland just walking a tightrope. Tons of trouble both innings. Meanwhile, Wainwright 5 up, 5 down. Padres yet to deliver a loud foul off this big guy. Jerry Hairston, shortstop, steps in. There was one down the middle, 93. One around. Another fastball, 93, but lots of action on it.
Dick, I wanted to elaborate. Remember you made the point about Wainwright being in the bullpen and why they put him in the rotation. 3+ seasons as a starter, 5th best ERA. This is since 2007 among all major league pitchers, an ERA of 3.08. That's why he's in the rotation.
Fastball high, 1-2. He has 2 complete games already this year. That, a lot of pitchers will go through the season not complete 2. That ball's hit well to left field, however. Back goes the left fielder, and this one will go. Touch 'em all. Jerry Hairston, his first of the year. A curveball that hung there for Hairston to sock into the left field bleachers for his initial Padre home run, and San Diego takes the lead. Wainwright cruising along in total command. One little mistake, hangs high, goes long.
And right down the middle of the plate, you bet. It was a 1-2 pitch, so Wainwright was trying to bury that one down and away. Well, Jerry Hairston Jr. buried that one about 3 or 4 rows up in left field.
Chris Denorfia, 6 hits and 19 at bats. 0-2 the count. As you've heard by now, Luis Durango has been called from Portland. Outside 1-2. He did not go. Durango, the Durango kid, hitting .305 at Portland. Welcome back to the big club. We saw him last year. The fastest man in the San Diego organization.
You know, there's a chance that we might see Go-Go Durango in the lineup tomorrow with the lefty Jaime Garcia pitching for the Redbirds. So we know Buddy likes to get guys in there, right?
2-2. Skips in 3-2. He's a switch hitter, so put him in there against the left-hander Garcia. And Wainwright isn't tough enough. Garcia comes in with a 1.28 ERA, second best in the National League. And a couple of tough cookies facing San Diego to open the series. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Wainwright strikes out the side, but Jerry Hairston delivers his first home run of the season. And after 2 innings here at Petco, the Padres lead at 1-0. This leaderboard is brought to you by Los Primos Mexican Food, home of the monster burrito. Well, there's the balloting for National League first baseman up to the moment, with Albert Pujols a runaway leader, Ryan Howard, Prince Fielder, James Loney, Lance Berkman, if you can believe that, and Adrian Gonzalez is not on the list. Berkman was hitting what, about $1.95 when we saw him last?
Yep, struggling big time.
So get out there and vote, you Padre fans, and vote often. Here's Pujols. Drive to left center field for a base hit. Cutting it off is Gwynn. And Pujols turns and holds with a sharp single to left center. He's 2 for 2. So Lopez and Pujols both a pair of hits and 2 at bats for St. Louis.
How come I get shivers up and down my spine every time I hear the ball off the bat of Albert Pujols like that? That guy just squares up some baseballs.
Let's listen. Why do you duck like that? Are you ducking? You're running back. Were you covering third?
I'm backing up third, but I've chucked and ducked many, many times. That's why that sound is giving me the shivers.
Here's Matt Holliday. Ball 1. 5 hits already for St. Louis, but they trail 1-0 on 1 hit, a home run, Jerry Hairston.
Hey, they took your advice, Dick. They're voting.
All right. Well, last year, Padre fans led the league in voting. He went around 1-1.
Yeah, here at Petco Park, that's a good point. Here at Petco Park, Padre fans were the best throughout Major League Baseball. Most votes cast right here.
Perhaps not going to get Gonzalez up into the top 2, but it's shameful that he's not in the top 5. Amongst his many talents, Pujols, a good base stealer. hasn't been a strike until then.
You're right. Well, if John Garland can consistently go out there tonight and get that call, that ball is clearly off the plate. But he gets the call.
Infield set for 2. Pujols saw first. A career .318 hitter, this fella, Matt Holliday. And him long-term contract worth tens of millions with St. Louis. Three and two. Tried to get him to go for a changeup. See if Tony La Russa has Pujols running here on 3 and 2 with no one out. No. And that ball hit to right field. Venable into foul territory and can't quite get there. Just into the first row. So you folks, voting is still open for the 2010 All-Star Game in Anaheim. Help send your favorite Padres to the All-Star Game. Cast your ballot. Visit Padres.com or cast your ballot here at the ballpark. 2010 All-Stars. Vote early, vote often, vote tonight at Padres.com. How about David Eckstein? Give him a little love as well. Swing and a miss, strike 3. In the hands of Holliday, and that's 5 strikeouts for Garland. That's not his style of pitching to be striking out so many. That ball really rode in, didn't it?
Absolutely. That's the two-seamer from John Garland and placed perfectly.
That was ball 4. So Pujols at first. 1 out, and Colby Rasmus, he struck out with the bases loaded and 1 out in the first inning. And David Freese also struck out as Garland worked out of the bases loaded jam.
Well, maybe it takes a couple, 2-3 innings for a pitcher to really find his groove. John Garland threw a lot of pitches in that first inning, 29 to be exact. He's now at 57, but he's shortening the innings and making good pitches.
Same pitch, but just inside. 1-1. Rasmus, back in his youth, Little League days, his Phoenix City, Alabama team was the U.S. champions in Little League that went all the way to the finals, lost to Japan in the Little League World Series. That was back in 1999. Into the young eyes of this left-handed hitter. 2-1. 3-1. Slider in on the ankles.
So hard stuff inside to Rasmus. We take a look at the breakdown. 60 tosses. Fastballs.
Too many balls, huh?
Mm-hmm.
25 of the 60 out of the strike zone. Grounded to second. Could be 2. Eckstein. Hairston. Double play. 4-6-3 on your scorecard. No runs, a hit, no one left this time for the Cardinals. Middle of the 3rd inning here at Petco. With that twin killing, the Padres lead it 1-0. Gwynn, Garland, Venable coming up. to you by Lolitas at the Park. You know you can enjoy a wonderful evening there. And that happy hour is 7 days a week. And by Irving Hughes, life is a lease. Negotiate well. How beautiful a shot is that? Back down into the confines of Petco Park, and Tony Gwynn leads it off, batting 183. 1-0 Padres on Jerry Hairston's first San Diego home run.
Wonder where this plane is bound for.
Yeah, it might be on its way to LAX or perhaps farther. Maybe that's with that jet trails, contrails headed out over the Pacific. Out of play. If somebody gave you a passport, unlimited amount to spend, and you could just blindfold you, take you to an airport, and you just pick a spot, just go somewhere. Think about it. Where would you?
Santee.
Strike 3 called as Gwynn caught looking, and that's 5 strikeouts of the 8 men faced by Wainwright in the game.
Once again, quality control. Right on the inside corner with the 2-seam fastball. Wainwright has got it going. We've got ourselves a pitcher's duel here in the third. I'll think about that, by the way. Oh, that's beautiful.
A lot of folks, if we were elsewhere, say, hey, you're right. Why not go right here?
Sure.
It's as beautiful a city as you'd ever want to visit, and with all of the attractions here. And just going up to Balboa Park, you could spend a week up there with the zoo and all the museums.
You know where I would go? An honest answer here? Paris, France.
Well, I can't argue with that.
I haven't yet to go to Paris.
That is my favorite city outside the United States. 1-1 to Garland. 1-2. John has a couple of hits and 14 at bats. Curveball, strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Wainwright. He's gone through the order. 2 outs in the third and 6 punch outs for Wainwright. You know he's a strikeout pitcher, 57 strikeouts in 65 innings, almost 1 per inning this year.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to a dear friend of mine who just got out of the hospital. He had gallbladder surgery, and his wife had to spend the day in the hospital with him while he had surgery on their 40th wedding anniversary. Wayne and Judy Nakano. Get well soon, Wayno. It's all bueno. And hi, Judy.
Top of the order, and Will Venable. That's no way to spend a special anniversary.
Yeah.
Hope all goes well. Venable grounded out to second his first time up.
You know, when I look at Adam Wainwright, I see so much of Chris Carpenter in him, too. The way he is on the mound, his stuff, his body language.
That ball is hit well to right field, really well. Ludwig is back, and makes the catch. Oh, my! Robs Venable of at least a 3-base hit. Ryan Ludwig. Cardinal fans on their feet here at Petco, and San Diego baseball fans the same. That is a major league outstanding defensive play. Right into the face of Venable. How ironic. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Ryan Ludwig. This looked like it was ticketed for a solo home run, and Ludwig outruns it. Look where he winds up. Right in Venable's face. Take that. That's pouring it on.
Yes, it is.
A Home Depot bring you that. And meanwhile, David Freese opens the fourth inning with a base hit as the Cardinals continue to rack up base hits against John Garland. A broken bat, and again there goes the barrel of the bat out past the mound and into center field. The ball as Freese now 1 for 2, and the Cardinals with a half dozen base hits, fortunately for Garland, all singles.
You know, part of my homework tomorrow is going to have to go down and ask Will Venable. If I were a betting man, I think that's all he's got there. He hit that ball so well, and it's nothing against Will. What I'm saying is it's where he hit it and the ballpark he hit it at. That part of the field. That ball was crushed.
But as Buddy Black has said, this is our home yard. Don't complain about it. This is we got to play to the dimensions. Yes, there'll be disappointments, but it's going to go the other way too.
Exactly.
Freeze at first. Yadier Molina. Until he struck out in the first inning with the bases loaded, Molina against Garland was 5 for 5 lifetime. So that was a dangerous spot. Here you are, bases loaded. A guy you've never gotten out has gotten a hit every time he's faced you. But Garland came up with the right stuff and struck him out. That went out of play. Molina, not only an outstanding catcher, Gold Glove the last 2 years, and hitter, but look at the durability. Most games started by a catcher in the last 50 years. How about that? Bench coach for the Padres, Ted Simmons, Tim McCarver, and then Molina.
You know, that tells me, first of all, Iron Men, but you're not catching in a place that's 75 degrees and always sunny and pleasant. You're talking Old Bush Stadium where the turf was like 140.
Yeah, where the turf, you know, they have the turf meets the surf at Del Mar. That's where the turf meets hell. St. Louis.
Yeah, you got that right.
0-2 on Molina. 1-2. Going back to the last inning when Colby Rasmus bounded into a double play. First one he's hit into all season to get out of the potential jam in the third. So there's been base traffic in every inning against Garland. Here it is again, the opening hitter in the fourth on base with a single. In the dirt, good stop by Torrealba.
The ball checked up right into the chest protector. The slider, the breaking ball will check back up the opposite way as that one did, enabling Torrealba to keep it in front of him. Watch out of the hand. The slider comes right back up off the heel of the glove and then right in the chest protector.
Molina, on the other hand, is grounded into 7 double plays, among the leaders in the National League. Ivan Rodriguez of the Nats, 10, the leader. He, by the way, is on the DL. We won't see him this weekend with Washington. There goes the runner. Swung on and missed. The throw by Torrealba is in time. Strikeout, double play. Back-to-back double plays and a solid throw by Yorvi Torrealba to nail Freese.
And that wasn't a tough, that was not an easy pitch to handle. As we take a look, not the greatest jump from Freese, but that ball is down and in. The hitter swings through it, and Eck just gets it in time. The slap tag. Well, very close play there at second base.
So 2 outs, base is empty, and Molina doesn't ground into a double play, but strikes out into one. Schumacher clipped one back to the mound. This one punched to third. Headley at the edge of the grass, and the inning is over. Cardinals get nothing in the fourth, a hit, and no one left. It'll be Eckstein, Gonzalez, and Headley coming up in the fourth for San Diego. inning. A reminder, our high definition pictures are brought to you by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. Looking out on sparkling city lights of San Diego. 1-0 the Padres. Bottom of the 4th inning. Eckstein leads it off. Fastball for a strike. Dodgers shut out tonight in Chicago. Ground ball foul. Cubs winning 3-0 at Wrigley. Colorado has a 3-2 edge over Arizona 9th inning in Denver. And Washington and the Giants are scoreless in the 4th up north. High pop fly. Pujols for the first out. So in between innings, after Torrealba threw out Freeze on the strikeout throwout, he goes right to Simmons, the bench coach and catcher, and then first guy over to congratulate him, Nick Hundley, a fellow catcher. The camaraderie between those two is really quite special to observe.
Pulling on the same end of the rope, right? Pulling for each other. Now that's good teammates right there.
Gonzalez takes a delayed called strike 1. Struck out his first time up, 1 of 6, fanned by Wainwright. Garland also has 6. Change up. 0-2. Tony La Russa does not use the exaggerated shift with Gonzalez. High 1-2. Plays him pretty much straight away.
You know, I think one of the reasons might be is because the stuff of Wainwright. He's got that nasty two-seamer that goes down and away, and chances are up the middle and maybe to the left of the bag at second base to the shortstop position because it's so hard to hook.
Change floats outside. 2-2. Second baseman Schumacher's a step into the hole on the right side. You might say the same for the shortstop Lopez. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 92 takes care of Gonzalez. That's number 7 for Wainwright. Chase Headley, he too struck out first time up.
Seems like Wainwright has a couple of different fastballs. That one kind of had a tendency to straighten out a little bit, whereas the other ones have that run down and away, and Adrian cannot catch up to that heater.
Not overpowering, not the 95, 98, but 92 with lots of movement. Headley hits a high fly ball center field, but that's a long part of the yard, and onto the warning track is Rasmus to take it away. So the Padres, while striking out a lot, have hit 3 balls long, 1 for a home run, 2 mighty close.
Mid-game recap brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. Home remodeling to fit your needs and your budget with the Murray Lamper Construction Design Build Package. Get on the web and visit murraylamper.com. Dick?
And while you were reading that so magnificently, a fan from Otay Mesa made a great catch over here.
Very nice.
Sign him up. 1-0 Padres. Wainwright, the pitcher, a single ground ball to left field, his first time up. And then the top of the order, Lopez and Ludwig. The irony of the play made by Ludwig in right field to make that great catch against Venable, and then to run into Venable's likeness on the scoreboard. Poetic justice. It knocked him down, you know. Yep. The presence of Venable, as if to say, how could you do that to me?
That was quite a run, quite a catch.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Wainwright. Fly ball routine, Venable. And the right fielder has it for the first out. But you got to pitch to Wainwright. It's not like you can lean on an easy out.
He threw him off speed stuff. You know, he was pitching to him like he was a number 2 or number 3 hitter.
1 out here in the 5th, and the top of the order, leadoff man Felipe Lopez, 2 for 2, a line single to center off Garland, and then a looping base hit down the left field line. "30-year-old veteran. Line drive. Headley makes the catch. Take that. Lopez bidding for 3 for 3 tonight and robbed by Headley.
Well, John Garland is just going to be smiling ear to ear saying, I'm glad that a Rocket's hit at somebody else besides me. He's gotten hit twice tonight, and Chase Headley takes away a base hit.
2 outs to Ryan Ludwig. Line to right and struck out, with Pujols moving into the on-deck circle. Ground ball to short. Hairston to Gonzalez. An easy 1-2-3 inning, the first of the night for John Garland. Halfway mark, 4.5 in the books, 1-0 San Diego. It's time for True Baseball Stories, brought to you by Farmers Insurance. To find a Farmers agent, call 800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com, because ready feels good. This date, 1935, the Bambino, Babe Ruth, hits 3 home runs, including the last of his career, the 714th, reportedly 600 feet, truly Ruthian style, at Forbes Field, as the Boston Braves, for whom he was playing then, Babe Ruth, beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. And when you don't see a number on the back, you know that was pre-1927. This would be 27 or later. And when you, like here, look how young and lithe he was then. This is the Ruth you remember late in his career. Very there to shake his hand.
That is so neat to see that that footage.
Torrealba leading off the 5th inning.
You know, I did a little research on Babe Ruth just yesterday. He at one time used a 56-ounce bat.
No way.
56?
Railroad tie. And
you're right. And then he toned it down a little bit. Went to a 48-ounce bat.
They were saying Richie Allen was like 46 ounces. Ground ball, base hit to right field for Torrealba. The second Padre hit to lead off the 5th inning. The only other, of course, Jerry Hairston's home run into the left field bleachers. The other irony of the Babe Ruth story is, known as the great Yankee, the house that Ruth built, Yankee Stadium, and yet he began his career in Boston and he finished his career in Boston, starting with the Red Sox and finishing with the National League Braves.
And a lot of people forget also he won 98 games in his career as a pitcher.
Oh, he was a brilliant pitcher,
yes.
all-star pitcher,
yep.
Before the all-star game, of course. But he hit so well when he was traded to the Yankees, that became his duty. And 714 home runs later, for a long standing time, the Bambino, the home run hitter of all time. Passed by Henry Aaron. 755. Hairston caught a hanging curveball and lined it into left field for the home run. Fouls this one back, 1-1.
He had another hanger. The home run earlier in the game was a hanging curveball. Does this look like a shorter breaking ball? Oh yeah, that's a hanging slider.
Called strike as Hairston squared to bunt. No one out. Chance for a double hit. A double hit in regard of moving the runner along and maybe even getting a base hit.
Sure.
He had third baseman David Freese back. Runner goes, swung on and missed. There's Molina's throw, and it's not in time. Just darting in. Torrealba with the steal. And Molina wondering how in the world are they able to work that with hit and run going, or run and hit. No lead at all.
No. And he picked, you know, it's all about timing. He picked a good pitch to run on. That was a big looping curveball. Throw is up high, and he gets the foot in just as he tags him on the shin.
Meanwhile, the 8th strikeout for Wainwright. And the 53rd steal of the year by the Padres, leading the major leagues.
And if you get caught stealing, call King Stallman bail bonds.
Swing and a miss by Chris DeNorfia. He struck out his first at bat, but runner in scoring position for DeNorfia and Tony Gwynn to add to the 1-0 lead. There's that curveball. Two strikes the count on the Padre left fielder. And another curve, caught looking. 9 strikeouts for Wainwright. Goodness. 2 outs in the 5th inning. Bob Gibson-like.
Oh, you bet. Look at the rotation on that pitch. This would be a good look. See it out of the hand. It's such tight rotation. You really can't even see the seams like spinning.
So it's up to Tony Gwynn. Papa's over there at San Diego State at the Tony Gwynn Field. The conference baseball championships being played. We'll check in on their score tonight. Right back with another curve. 3 in a row, all placed perfectly. But it was the curveball that he did hang to Jerry Hairston. Cost him the 1 run in the game. Dad is remembered as always. That great statue out there in the park. Just inside. Tony with 8 RBIs this year. Outfield shallow and around toward left. So Torrealba have to go with the crack of the bat. Checks his swing. 2-1.
You can really see the mindset in what Wainwright is trying to do with Tony. Just bury the fastball in the inside part of the plate. Trying to tie him up.
Three and one. With John Garland, the pitcher, on deck.
First base
Wainwright's
over.
not going to give Gwynn anything juicy here.
That's why I just threw him a 2-1 changeup to go 3-1.
Swing and a miss. Another curveball. Kind of surprised at that, aren't you? That he gave him a curveball and 3-1.
Well, if he's going to throw him a changeup to go 3-1, I'm guessing Wainwright is not going to throw him a fastball to hit. He's going to throw him something off speed. If he swings at it, hoping for a weak grounder or a strikeout. But if he walks him, it's no big deal. As you mentioned, with first base open, you've got the pitcher on deck. Fastball in.
Ball 4. That's the initial base on balls from Wainwright tonight. Well, at the very worst, it gets Garland out of the way, and the next inning will begin with Venable leading off. But Garland, he can fool you. He's had a couple of hits this year. Struck out his first time up, but he's got a lot of company there tonight. Lays off the breaking ball, did not go around. Torrealba at second, Gwynn at first. Strike. Even if you're not bunting in this situation with no strikes on you, you bring that third baseman in, maybe he'll stay in a little more shallow, and that gives you a little better hole to shoot through. 1-2. There was the pitch, but it was down at the knees.
And the tough thing for Garland is that he's trying to hit against a pitcher that pretty much doesn't throw anything straight.
72nd pitch coming up. Curveball is high. Wainwright happy to get that one back. Up in the eyes of a weak hitter, sometimes they can punish that pitch. 2-2 with 2 on, 2 out. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. 10 strikeouts for Adam Wainwright. He has struck out the side twice tonight. Padres lead 2. Is brought to you by VA Home Loan Centers. For no money down, government insured home loans, call 888-833-9363. And for the St. Louis Cardinals, history, well, down the bottom, they've won more games than any National League team in this last decade. 26-19 this year to lead the National League Central. It's almost a given when you talk about the St. Louis Cardinals, you're talking about a good ball club.
Great tradition, great baseball city, great baseball fans. And when you talk about the decade, or the word decade, well, Albert Pujols is one of those guys that comes to mind. Last year became the 4th player to lead in home runs, RBIs, batting average for a decade. 3-time MVP.
Yeah, the Triple Crown for the 10 years.
Yeah.
And he didn't play one of the years. He wasn't a rookie to 2001.
Right.
Still led the National League in home runs the last 10 years. 2 for 2 tonight. That's keeping him in check. 2 singles and 2 at-bats. And Garland falls behind 2-0. Pujols, Holiday, and Rasmus, the muscle of the Cardinal order here in the top of the 6th. Out of play. I hesitate to give you this piece of information because people say you're jinxing. But Pujols has 1 home run in the last 94 at bats.
Now you did it.
Incredible.
I'm kidding. I'm the same way. You know what my answer to that is? Superstitions are for weak minds, right?
Ground ball toward the hole. Headley dives and gets in by a step. Terrific play by Chase Headley. 2 of those tonight for the Padre third baseman.
Boy, Chase Headley has really picked it up at third base and feeling more comfortable over at the hot corner. Albert Pujols does not have blazing speed. It's a 1-hopper, 2-hopper, extends, and makes a quality throw to get. And Dave Marcus goes into the vault and gets the
Jerry Coleman hang a star.
Yeah.
So we've seen some fine defense on both sides tonight. The brilliant catch by Ryan Ludwig to rob Venable extra bases, and Headley with a spear of a line drive off the bat of Lopez, and now that play denying Pujols. Matt Holliday walked and struck out tonight. One and one. Fastball, and Holliday falls behind 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Hairston, 2 away. Well, before the game tonight, eat your heart out, Mark Grant. Bill Geppert, the senior vice president and general manager of Cox Communications San Diego. Look at that, right in there. All right, Bill. Rock and fire. Matt Latos serving as the ceremonial catcher.
He's a good man, Bill Geppert. Good man.
2 ground ball outs here in the 6th inning. Rasmus steps in and rips it foul.
Look out, elite. Even the security guard down there did a little bit of a dance to get out of that one.
First base coach Dave McKay gave ground as well. Ooh. Almost took the idiot out of his secure.
So it looks like that guy's going home with a souvenir.
1-1 off the inside corner. 2-1 to Colby Rasmus. Strikeout and grounded into his first double play of the season. Two outs, bases empty here in the 6th. Grounded to first, right at Gonzalez. And the inning is over. 3 ground ball outs thrown by John Garland. He's retired the side 1, 2, 3, 2 innings in a row. Your energy savings expert. For locations, visit fandiego.com. For ceiling fans, go to Fan Diego. Ball bounced up the middle. Tough play by the second baseman. No play. Venable sprinting up the line has an infield hit. That look at the young fan that we just featured reminded me of a player, a professional player, not to be named, who a few years ago said, you know, our coach treats us like men, lets us wear earrings.
Really?
Oh, this young fella's really got the do, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
David Eckstein. Grounded to short, popped to first. Sacrifice might be in order here. 1-0 game, last of the 6th inning.
Well, David Eckstein does such a fine job of hitting the ball where it's pitched. I'm guessing Wainwright's going to go hard inside with the sinker.
Venable, the leading base stealer on the leading base stealing team with a dozen. Eckstein having a chuckle, perhaps something that Molina, a former teammate, has said. Quick move over there.
Yeah.
He's got, well, the place kicker, all-stater. He's got the quick feet for a big man.
It's all in the footwork, right? Quick with the bottom half, you're quick with the upper half, especially in a snap throw over to first base. Whoa.
Goodness.
Like when he stepped up, he got his cleat caught or something.
Ball 1. Well, Eckstein on this date last month, April 25th, was hitting .236. Tonight comes in at .310. That'll give you an idea how well he's been moving the ball around. You hear Rick Renteria, his voice echoing throughout Petco Park. Get back.
You know, one thing you have to be aware of with Molina behind the plate, he loves to throw behind the runner.
He has picked off more runners than any catcher the last couple, 3 years.
So if you're Will Venable at first base and on your secondary lead, the ball's going towards the plate, you better hustle back to the bag if you're not going, or else Molina, especially with the front door open with Eckstein up, a clean throw down to Pujols.
And Molina has 33 career pickoffs. That's way out in front of anyone else. 2-0 as Eckstein working the count into his favor. There goes the runner. Hit and run. Grounded to third, and Freeze throws out Eckstein as the runner Venable moves up. Not a bad idea. That's a little run and hit.
Yeah, and he just missed that hole on the left side as well. Just missed it.
So with one out, Venable in scoring position with Gonzalez and Headley a chance to make it a 2-0 game.
Be interesting to see how Wainwright pitches to Adrian with first base open.
Well, he struck him out both times at bat, so he may feel he's got his number.
Yep.
Slow curveball. Cardinals no runs, 6 hits, 6 singles. Padres 1 run, 3 hits. The home run by Jerry Hairston and a couple of base knocks. Oh, look at that ball move. It starts like almost at him and comes over the corner.
It's like a wiffle ball. Remember, the wiffle balls with the holes in it? You put the holes on one side and the ball would just run. That's what it's like. This isn't fair. How does a guy get that kind of movement?
Well, that center field camera is great, isn't it? To be able to appreciate the stuff that these hitters are trying to hit. Ground ball, pull, foul.
And you know what? The guy on the other end of the ledger, too, John Garland, he throws somewhat of a wiffle ball at times, too. You talk about a guy making quite an adjustment tonight. The Redbirds were 1 hit away from, making it a little nasty in that first inning.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Rasmus and Freeze went down on strikes. 1-2. And he throws him the heater. 2-2.
Noticed also Wainwright. We talked about this quite a bit when a pitcher goes from the first base side of the rubber, but that really helps on that 2-seamer against lefties because it looks like you're coming right at his left or his right hip pocket. The left-handed hitter. That was a good shot right there. That foot in contact with the rubber.
Curveball misses outside. 3-2.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I've seen Wainwright tonight bounce a curveball. Has he? I mean, like for a pitch that Molina has had to block. He's got pretty good control of that pitch.
No, the only wild pitch was the curveball in the strike zone that Hairston hit for a home run.
Good call.
Now a full count. Will he throw him a strike? Yep, and he strikes him out again. 3 times Gonzalez has gone down swinging. Number 11 for Wainwright, and that's just one off his career high.
High fastball. You can see Molina gets out of the crouch. He wants it up around the letters. And that's about right at the belt buckle. As we take another look, just about a ball above the belt buckle, and Adrian swings through it.
Last year against the Giants, Wainwright fan 12. 11 tonight. Headley. Strike one. Headley drove the ball deep to the warning track and straightaway center field his last time up. Rasmus making the catch just as Venable was robbed by Ludwig. His ball driven to deep right center. That one doesn't quite come back over the inside corner. 1-1. Chase with 18 runs batted in this year. Curveball bends in there. That is some pitch.
Oh.
Another curveball hangs just off the plate. 2-2. 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here at Petco Park in San Diego with The Padres leading 1-0. Will Venable at second base. Fastball swung on and missed, and a dozen strikeouts for Adam Wainwright. And yet, allowing only 3 hits, he trails after 6 complete. 1-0 Padres. $5 footlongs taste like a fortune, but they're still just $5. So many favorites like Blazing Buffalo Chicken. $5 all day, every day. Subway. Eat fresh. To the 7th inning we go. And the way John Garland started this game with bases loaded, 1 out, and a couple of singles and a walk in the first inning. In trouble again in the second inning. A back-to-back singles. Worked out of that trouble. And used 48 pitches the first 2 innings. Only 43 cents, 3, 4, 5, and 6th innings. Here he is in the top of the 7th, trying to protect a 1-0 lead. David Freese leads it off. Strike 1.
You know, on the pitch count, it's kind of evened out. That was the 92nd pitch for Garland. Wainwright's up to 88, so it's kind of evened out over the course of time as we go into the top of the 7th.
What happens when you strike out a dozen men.
And you know, another point I wanted to make regarding Garland in that first inning, bases were loaded. It's not like his defense made great plays to get him out of the jam. He struck 2 guys out to end that threat.
Slider outside, 1-2. Garland has retired 8 men in a row. Actually 9 if you count the double play. Luke Gregerson starts to tune up in the Padre pen. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's the 7th strikeout for John Garland. He had a 10 strikeout game, remember, in Miami earlier this year.
It's just a good old-fashioned fastball. Middle of the plate. Right down the dish. Got him.
Yadier Molina struck out into a double play. Ball 1. Torrealba wanted that one for his pitcher. Didn't get the call. Molina, like Pujols, the leader in the All-Star balloting. He's the top vote getter of the catchers. Two and one.
Oh, the high strike. Even Yadier is like, hey, it's a little high. Let's take a look. See, to me, that's a strike.
Yeah. Why do they keep saying letters when the ball well under the letters is considered too high? 2-2.
I got a question for you.
All right.
If in fact they did call the strike zone the way it's supposed to be called, how much quicker would that speed up the games?
It would speed up the game.
Absolutely.
Make you swing the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, there he is. He's looking for a ball when that pitch is between the waist and the letters, not at the letters, between. Just under the Cardinals in the front of his jersey. 2-2 to Molina. Line foul. Watch out.
And a majority of the pitches that you see hit for home runs are around the belt buckle, right? But yet if a hitter takes it and it's called a strike, they're like, how can you call that a strike? But I tell you what, 9 out of 10 times they'll say, I wish I had that pitch back if they fouled it off. And it's like right there at the letters.
Speaking of the letters, probably as fine in front of a jersey as there is in baseball, isn't it?
No question. Yep.
Ooh, 93, and it just missed.
I bet you Trax will have it outside. And it is.
Molina had that look as if to say, ooh, I could have been called out on that one. Full count now. 101 pitches and ball 4, same spot. So the tying run on here in the top of the 7th inning with 1 out.
Now, see, I've got no problem with that being called a ball if, in fact, he will consistently call that ball that's up for a strike. I have no problem with that.
Gregerson continues to get warm out in the bullpen. 1 out. Here's Skip Schumacher. He's grounded out twice tonight. That one slap foul. Hope you'll come out and be with us tomorrow night. 6:30 our 4 San Diego telecast. 7:05 first pitch. Kevin Correa 4-4 against Jaime Garcia 4-2 with a 1.28 ERA for St. Louis. Fastball at 90 miles an hour. 1-1. Only 2 walks from Garland, including Molina over there at first base. 7 strikeouts for the right-hander. Another foul. Pitcher's spot is on deck. Of course, Wainwright is such a good hitting pitcher that Tony La Russa may elect to stay with him. Certainly hasn't thrown too many pitches. He has a couple of complete games, as we told you, so he's used to going the distance. 1-2. Ground ball to third. Headley gets 1 there. Back to first. In time for the double play. Strong throw by Eckstein. He surprises you. He throws those little lob outs on ground balls, and then he wheels and deals a throw like that to complete the around the horn double play. 5, 4, 3. At your San Diego Hyundai dealers, get more MPG, more value, and of course you double the warranty. Online at SanDiegoHyundaiDealers.com. Now from downtown San Diego in Petco Park, Dick Enberg and Mark Grant, pleased you've joined us. The first of a 9-game homestand, one of 3 of such length in the course of the year. Washington in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then the New York Mets. Look forward to seeing a lot of you New Yorkers who have migrated west on Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday afternoon game. And Monday is Memorial Day, big fireworks after the game, and it's not an early game on Monday. It's still at 7:05, so we hope to see a lot of fans on the holiday. Jorvik Torrealba to lead off the 7th, pops it up. Catcher Molina may have a play. No, it's just back about 3 rows. Torrealba, a single in 2 trips. One of the 12 strikeout victims of Adam Wainwright tonight, as he's equaled his career high. Torrealba, Hairston, and Denorfia for the Padres here in the 7th. There's that slow curveball down low this time. That's as close as he's come to bouncing.
You're right. You made a great point, though, earlier about Wainwright not being wild, but being wild in the strike zone with that curveball. That's a perfect way of putting it.
That ball, fly ball to shallow right. Ludwig drifting toward the line to make the catch. And here is Jerry Hairston. Back in the 2nd inning, Hairston got that hanging curveball and set it on a rope into the 2nd row of the bleachers in the lower left field stands. His first as a Padre. Brother Scott is still on the 15-day disabled list, but he did take batting practice today, so things on the upside for Scott Hairston. No hanging curveball on that first pitch. 91 on a fastball. Two and 0. Lays the 92-mile-an-hour fastball in there, and here is the one swing that's led to the run. Breaking ball. Hairston drives it into the bleachers for the only run of the game. Takes low and away, and the count goes to 3-1.
You know, with that home run, it's worth noting this being the 10th game started for Wainwright. That's only the 3rd round trip where he's given up this year.
He doesn't make many mistakes. Grounded up the middle and into center field for a base hit. So Hairston, the first Padre, with 2 hits tonight. 1 out single. Only the 4th hit allowed by Wainwright.
Such great movement, and you look at the pitch tracks. That ball's right down the middle, and that bat snaps right in half. Look out! I'm just glad that didn't hit the umpire or the catcher on the backswing.
Well, I guess we finally solved that mystery. At the start of the year, we wondered why. Why are they using these maple bats that shatter so easily? And the answer obviously is, even though the bat breaks in half, it still carries enough punch that you get a base hit. Yep. The old ash bats, when you broke those, it didn't go anywhere. And there's another sample of break the bat in half and still get a base knock. Denorfia up twice, struck out twice. Ball 1. That's the 97th delivery from the big right-hander, Adam Wainwright, who is due to bat first in the top of the 8th inning. Denorfia giving a little on the handle of the bat as he chokes up. Hairston has 4 steals this year. Oh, just to complete the Torrealba steal, that was his 3rd of the season. Didn't steal many, but the only stolen base tonight by the Padre catcher, his 3rd. slider. Denorfia couldn't pull the trigger.
You know, we've seen a lot of two-seamers, a lot of curveballs, and it seems like that Wainwright, as we go around the third time of the orders, showing guys a slider every now and then. We just saw one right there.
Good cut by Denorfia. And Wainwright now with this next pitch will hit the century mark. He's completed 2 games and his batting average against this season is .214, even lower than that based on giving up 4 hits through 6 1/3 tonight.
Heads up over at first base after the pitch.
Drives Denorfia off the plate, 2-2. It won't get easier tomorrow night. Left-hander Jaime Garcia, a 1.28 ERA. Still haven't announced who the Cardinals are going to pitch on the 3rd game of the series. Oh, he bluffed it, and there's the ground ball to 3rd. Freeze to 2nd and back to 1st, not in time. Denorfia a better than average speed. He's safe on the fielder's choice. The relay from Schumacher not in time. Brings up Tony Gwynn. And Denorfia checking on the signs of Glenn Hoffman across the way. He might have the green light. Up to him if he thinks he can steal.
You know, I was just going to comment on Freeze at third base. I like his actions over there. I like the way it looked like he maybe got handcuffed.
Yes,
but he got rid of that ball quickly, didn't he?
Yeah, he kind of got up in the heel of his glove there. He still made a nice play. That ball hit the center field. Playing shallow is Rasmus, but he's able to get back and make the catch. Good wood on that stroke by Tony Gwynn, but the side is out. No runs, a hit, a man left. 4 left by the Padres tonight. It remains 1-0. Thursdays presented by Coca-Cola. The Padres on Thursday next will wear their 1978 uniforms. That's coming up in 2 days as they take on the St. Louis Cardinals. A 3:35 game. Be sure to visit Padres.com or call 619-795-5555 to get your tickets. Those are going to be the orange and brown uniforms, right? The 78. Padres and Cardinals, 3:35 game Thursday. No TV on Thursday. Come out here and enjoy the action in person. New pitcher is Mike Adams as Garland goes 7 shutout innings after a struggle early in the game. Really put his game together as he has several times this year. And there are the numbers on Mike Adams. 171 opposing batting average. And the first man he will face is John Jay. Left-handed hitting pinch hitter. Then the top of the order, Lopez and Ludwig. Jay has done well off the bench. 5 for 13 as a pinch hitter.
And just to elaborate on John Garland, he started this ball game his ERA at 2.38. After those 7 shutout innings, his ERA 2.10. So a nice job by John Garland making an adjustment out there tonight.
6 hits in the first 4 innings, nothing in the last 3 innings. Jay with a big swing and a miss. Healthy cut. Started a couple of games this year, had a double in both. Began the season with a 16-game hitting streak at the Memphis farm team. Free swinging.
Well, he gets those hands going, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You see when he was setting up, getting those hands going in like a little motion, a little circle, and then getting in that locked and loaded position.
'21st game for Mike Adams, tying Luke Gregerson most outings. High fly, center field, hit well. Wind giving ground, and boy, that night air knocks it down. That ball was hit well, but just died out there in right center. We saw that happen to Venable earlier in the game when Venable flirted with a home run, and Ludwig tracked it down at the right center field fence. A long out. That's one of those where the player comes back in the dugout and what'd they do wrong? That's as hard as I can hit it.
And the guys in the Padre dugout are saying, not here, not tonight.
Felipe Lopez, 2 singles and a line out to third. That Headley dived into the hole to spear. Strike 1. Adams leads the National League relief pitchers in holds with 12 this year, setting up, of course, Heath Bell, his 12 saves. Slider in the dirt. So the 2 starters each go 7 innings tonight. But Wainwright giving up 1 run, 4 hits, and striking out a dozen. That's right. Good slider.
You know, the Cardinal hitters are going to have to turn it up just a little bit on that dial. Is John Garland. You know, he's thrown 90, 91, 92. Mike Adams, mid-90s, maybe a little harder.
1-2 pitch. Off the edge, 2-2, 96. Base is empty, 1 out. Ludwig on deck, and Pujols 2 batters away. Ground ball sharply to short. Backhand by Hairston. He gets him. Another solid defensive play. Hairston able to glove a wicked 1-hopper. 2 away.
Well, Hairston has proven this year he can go to his right, he can go to his left, he can come in on the baseball, and this rocket, a 1-hopper, the backhand, that enables him to plant that back foot. A nice little crow hop to get that big second out. That was some kind of nuts.
Felipe Lopez, 2 singles and 2 balls ripped.
Yep.
1 a diving catch by Headley, and that play made by Hairston at short. 2 out. Ludwig line to right, struck out and grounded to short. Padres would like to get him out. And that ball hit the left center, but shallow, and in comes Denorfia to make the catch. I was about to say the Padres would like to have Pujols lead off the ninth, not with a man on. He will do that in the ninth. Bob standing by. I invite you to stay tuned for the Sequan Casino post-game show immediately following the game right here on Channel 4 San Diego. Sequan Casino, San Diego's vacation getaway. Also Scanlon and Weisbarth ready to recap all the offensive highlights of this game.
I wonder if they got a parka over there because the wind's coming right in our booth and it's a cool night as Dennis Reyes toes the slab for the Redbirds.
John Jay stays in the game and goes to right field and will bat second. And Luis Durango, or Duran, you know, the old Durango kid.
Sure.
It's Durango, but the old Western movies, the Durango kid. There's the speedster. He absolutely has wings on his heels. Hit 305 at Portland. A lot of those infield hits.
Just put the ball on the ground.
Cardinals scouting report well covering his speed as both the third baseman Freese and first baseman Pujols playing very shallow on the corners. Ooh, bounces in.
Molina took that one right in the center of the chest. You know, with 2 strikes, you want to keep that ball in front of you in case the hitter swings and misses and drop third strike. Great technique.
2-2. Fly ball. Lazy into left center. And the center fielder Rasmus takes care of it. 1 away. Brings up Will Venable. Venable infield hit and a long out to right center and a brilliant catch by Ludwig of the Cardinals, denying him of what would have been, well, a sarcastic double, a potential triple. "32-year-old southpaw Reyes sends it inside, ball 1. This is his team leading 22nd appearance of the year. It's gone 9 consecutive scoreless innings. One and one. 9th inning. Pujols, Holiday, and Rasmus, the big guns for St. Louis. 1-0 San Diego. Two and one.
You know, the big sweat, Dennis Reyes, has been at it for a while. He was a Padre. Padre fans remember him back in 2005.
The big sweat?
The big sweat, they call him. That's his name because he sweats. The guy just, you know, it can be 30 below zero and he sweats. I forgot who it was that gave him that nickname. It was back in his Cincinnati days, I think.
Down low, 3-1.
And he signed professionally back in 1993 with Mexico City and then became property of the Dodgers back in 1994. Great guy in the clubhouse. He was a lot of fun here in San Diego.
3-1 to Venable. And a foul at the plate. David Eckstein would be next. Last of the 8th. Jerry Hairston's solo home run back in the 2nd inning, the only score of the game. Ball 4. Venable is on. Since they've moved Venable into that leadoff spot, maybe it's just a whole psychological mental thing that goes on about, you know, being more selective. You know, those walks are as good as base hits. And his on-base percentage has improved dramatically. He's striking out a lot. In fact, he struck out 49 times on the year, most of any Padre. But since he's been in that leadoff spot, that matter has improved. So 1 out. Venable with 12 stolen bases at first base for Eckstein. Ball 1. Eckstein is 0 for 3. Just missed the base hit last time up with Venable running. Chopped one toward the hole that was covered by Freese. Punched up
to the second baseman. Venable takes out the shortstop, and the ball not hit hard enough for a double play anyway. So the lead runner gone. 4-6. Eckstein on for Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez is glad that Mr. Adam Wainwright is back in the locker room. He struck him out 3 straight times. Adrian barely a foul ball off the starter of the Cardinals, who fanned 12 tonight to match his career high. And lived up to his reputation coming in here as one of the best in the league. And an excuse me ground ball up the third baseline, foul. Last year, that race for the Cy Young Award was so tight. Lincecum finally survived. He won it. Carpenter and Wainwright, Cardinal pitchers, actually battling for votes against each other. Had you combined their two, give it to one or the other, they would have won the Cy Young. Fortunately, we won't see Chris Carpenter in the series.
And that's why you think when you've got 2 guys in the rotation like that, you make the playoffs, you've got to really like your chances.
Yeah, the club has really constructed St. Louis for the playoffs. They've got the hitting, and they've got 2 solid ace pitchers. Eckstein at first, 2 out. Swing at a ball down in the dirt. Off speed slider. 0-2 to Gonzalez.
Well, it's been about the pitching this game, huh? And you would think that's where it was going to be. Padres #1 in the National League, 2.98 ERA. Cardinals #2 going to this game, 3.07. A pitcher's duel, you bet.
4 at bats. Gonzalez has only 2 foul balls. Almost thrown away by Reyes. Keith Bell getting ready in the bullpen. We'll see him in the 9th. Blocked by Molina.
Well, you know, they give the Rawlings Gold Glove Award to the best fielder at their position. Well, Molina, Gold Glove winner. Look, he's got the Gold Glove label on his chest protector from Rawlings and on his glove.
Yeah, he's won it 2 years in a row.
Yep.
Flaunting is a good thing.
Yeah. You know what guys will do? They might have a glove they've used for 8-10 years, but they just have the label sewed on because they're used to their girl. That's their baby. You know, that's the glove they're used to. So you just
swing and a miss, strike 3. Gonzalez strikes out 4 times tonight. Padres are gone in the 8th. Here comes Pujols, Holiday, and Rasmus. 1-0. Heath Bell working the ninth inning, and with Pujols up there, here's our comparison tonight, brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota dealers, comparing Prince Albert's April mark, 345 with 7 home runs, and coming into tonight's game, May, only 256 with 1 home run. And Heath Bell trying to keep it just like that. Thank you. Pujols ripped one off the foot of starter John Garland in the first inning for a hit, lined a single to left for a base hit in the third, and was robbed of a hit diving into the hole head lead as take a base hit away the last time up. Here are the 3 hitters in their career marks against Heath Bell. Surprisingly, only 1 for 2 for Pujols against Bell. Maybe he walked him a lot. First pitch is 94, now to the strike zone.
And you saw that 0 for 10 for the guy on deck, Matt Holliday. That's all those at-bats when he was in the National League West in Colorado as a Rocky facing Heath Bell.
Two and 0. Bell seeking his 13th save, trying to finish up the work for John Garland and give Garland his 6th victory in a row. Wading through some heavy hitters here in the ninth. 2-0 to Pujols. Ground ball by Gonzalez, dive on a broken bat into right field for a base hit. Third hit for Pujols. So the tying run on. Third hit, and he should have 4. Matt Holliday comes up.
Well, the defense was playing him to pull, and this pitch off the plate. It's a broken bat. Clearly, track says it's ball in out of the how far? Oh, did he get leather on that? Kind of tough to tell, but a great effort by Adrian at first base.
Holliday has walked, struck out, and grounded out. Eight home runs this year. Took that 5 for him. 5. He went around. Strike 1. Tony Gwynn, San Diego State Aztecs in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing Utah 8-6. First round of the conference playoffs over at Tony Gwynn Stadium on the San Diego State campus. Swing and a miss. He threw that 96-mile-an-hour fastball right by Holliday.
All right, Heath Bell reaching back for a little extra on that pitch. He wants it down and away. It leaks up around the Cardinals on that bat across the chest. And no chance for Holliday on that pitch.
Out of play, and protective swing by Holliday. 18,236 here at Petco tonight, treated to a pitcher's duel deluxe, and Heath Bell trying to close it out for the Padres. 1-0.
Well, let's peek into Yorbi Torrealba. See who's going to put down here 0-2. Fastball up. Oh, up it was.
1-2. Let's see what he has in line for the 1-2 delivery.
See, that's what's great about matchups like this, because people guess what's going to be thrown, and there's no one right answer. I think it all depends on location. Some people might think curveball. I was going to guess right along with him. Fastball down and away.
Line drive into the right field corner, foul. Oh my. Not by much. Down into the bullpen of the Cardinals. That guy wire kind of obliterating the sideline there. It almost looked like that was the foul line. Ball and 2 strikes.
Everybody set. Throw over to first.
No one out. Pujols with his broken bat single to right field, the tying run. Infield looking for a double play chance. 1-2.
Curveball, keep it down in the dirt. Fastball away, chip him off. Fastball away. Maybe off the plate about 4 or 5 inches or so. That's tough to lay off. Yeah, that's off the plate. A little bit.
2-2 to Holiday. Fly ball to right. Venable. Easy out. One gone. Well, Holiday 0 for 3 tonight. Here comes Colby Rasmus. Strikeout. Grounded into his first double play of the entire season and bounced out to Gonzalez at first.
Holiday just could not. That fastball leaks up over the plate, but he just couldn't square it up. Couldn't get that bat head out in front. He wanted it down and away. Did you see that? But because of the hard fastball and it riding up in the zone, he just couldn't square up on it.
Strike one. He's keeping that fastball velocity over 95 consistently here in the ninth. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Now this is some power pitching.
Oh yeah, and burying it right on the inside part of the plate. Well, last time Heath was out there was Saturday in Seattle, so he is well rested. Fastball away. 97 on the gun here at Petco Park. See, to me, at this point, it's all about the located fastball. If you're going to throw a breaking ball, you better not bounce it. You don't want to get a guy in scoring position. So if you locate the fastball, you should be okay.
Misses again, 2-2.
I'd find it really hard for him to catch the fastball on the inside part of the plate here. Oh, fastball in. Adjust the cup, fastball in.
Oh, and he throws it to the screen, and there goes the tying run. Pujols up into scoring position.
Ball looked like it cut a little bit, maybe, because sometimes the ball will naturally cut a little bit.
Pass ball is the ruling.
See if this ball kind of. No, he just yanked it so much. It looked like it had a little bit of a cut on it.
So the tension here of this ninth inning with Pujols, a broken bat, single to right. Holiday flies to right, and now a full count to Colby Rasmus. And Torrealba wants to make sure that Bell knows what he wants, and Bell agrees that that's the pitch to make.
And relaying the signs to Jerry Harrison Jr. so he can relay them to David Eckstein at second base.
A 1-0 game in the ninth. Keith Bell trying to work out of the ninth. Make Jerry Hairston's home run in the second hold up for the win. Full count. Swing and a miss. Strike three. He threw him a curveball. Oh, my. Series of fastball, and then on 3-2, how do you look for a curveball?
Watch the action on this pitch, too. And, you know, I'm really impressed with Heath Bell locating that pitch the way he did after throwing so many fastballs. And once again, great location, down, out of the strike zone.
All that being said, however, with the single and a pass ball, 2 outs, Pujols is a base hit away from tying it up here in the ninth inning. And here's David Freese. He has a single and 3 at-bats. Strike one.
There's that high strike we're talking about.
Remember, this is the man that leads the National League with 2 out RBIs. Runners in scoring position 17 times. He succeeded in this situation this year, more than anyone in the league. Foul tip, strike 2.
This is 96 coming right at you. How about a 97-mile-an-hour heater right at the knees on the outside corner to freeze.
Down to their final strike, the Cardinals. 0-2. Little curveball out there to see if he'd fish.
Little chum, off the side, see if they'll bite. Little bucket of chum, thank you. It's good stuff, isn't it?
It's 1-0. This is great theater. And he throws another breaking ball out there, 2-2.
They got him leaning, right? Leaning away. That front shoulder darting out towards that outside part of the plate, tracking that breaking ball down and away.
You're telling me you're going to throw a fastball inside?
I'd find it really hard for Freese to square up on a 96 or 97. Great located fastball in this situation.
A tie, 3-2. On deck is Yadier Molina. No rocking chair spots in the St. Louis Cardinal lineup. Molina with 26 runs batted in, just 3 behind the leader Pujols. Taking his time, Bell. Full count. Pujols tying run at second base. Cardinals and Padre fans on their feet. Ball 4. Went to a breaking ball, 3-2. So the tying and go-ahead runs are on here in the 9th. Bell has thrown 22 pitches. It's been a tough frame for him.
It sure is a nail biter.
Molina struck out into a double play and walked. Two for 2 with 2 singles. 3 runs batted in, Molina against Bell. Just as he was 5 for 5 against Garland coming in, but Garland able to strike him out twice. 65-year-old skipper Tony La Russa looking on. It's what he expected. The pitching is going to be primary here in this 3-game series. Bell trying to find that elusive third and final out.
Sometimes that last out is the toughest one to get, isn't it?
It is tonight. Ball 1.
Well, the last time that Bell was out there, I mentioned it was in Seattle. It was on the 22nd on Saturday. The adrenaline's going. Might have a little overthrowing going on right now.
Ball 2. Even the cool demeanor of Buddy Black is being tested by this occasion. Chopped foul, 2-1.
Now you know why managers get gray hairs, right?
They go through this every day, every night. 162. A 2-1 pitch, the action pitch. Bell wants to throw a strike, and Molina ready to take a cut. With Pujols the tying run at second base. Freeze the go-ahead score at first. 2-2. And again, Torrealba out to talk with Bell. Of course, Torrealba on occasion this year has done this, and then as if to say, now listen, the pitch is this. Let's say it's a fastball. I'll make every indication it's going to be a curveball away. I might move way outside and then go ahead and throw that fastball going in.
And you know, here you might not even see a sign from Torrealba because they've discussed what pitch it is, not even given a chance to the runner at second base to, if possible, give anything away. He wants his pitch up.
At least that's what his indication is, and it's a ground ball weakly to short. Hairston to Gonzalez, and the ball game is over. The first of this homestand and series ends 1-0 San Diego. Mission accomplished. Oh my. In the ninth, no runs, a hit. The Cardinals leave 2. They strand 7 on the evening. And Jerry Hairston, it was his home run, the only score of the game, and he gets the final chance to throw out Molina to close up the victory for San Diego. And we'll check the totals for you from Petco Park. Heath Bell with his 13th save. That's not unlucky. We'll be right back.